7:33 time, gang. One theme, three songs picked by you. Have we mentioned that Agnetha from ABBA is on the show after 8:30 with new music? Oh, can't wait. Anyway, that's not the new music, obviously. She's got new stuff for us. Going to have a lovely, lovely chat. So we wanted a Scandi theme on the 7:33 today. Strictly no ABBA, saving that for later. Hey, so Lucy here. I'm a Brit, living in Stockholm, Sweden. I've never been. I've been to Sweden, but never to Stockholm. Would love to. Please, can you play the tune I'm suggesting for me and my little 8-month-old daughter, Lova, so we can have a good time. So excited. All over the world tuning in to hear Agnetha's brand new music on the show. Listening from Melbourne in Australia. Can't wait to hear what Agnetha has in store for us fans, says Tony Collins. So happy you have Agnetha on the show with new music. I have her album, my colouring book, Alison in Somerset. Everybody's listening. We've had Benny on the show, we've had Bjorn on the show, I've had Annie Fried on the show. Coming up after the news and sport, Agnetha from ABBA with world exclusive of brand new music. You know how she headlines out on Twitter. Sports.
Well, Zoe, I, like everyone else, so excited to hear Agnetha on the show this morning. So, especially for our special guest today, here is a quick sport bulletin in honour of Sweden's greatest musical exports, starting in Durham and the Super Troopers that are England's cricketers.
What a statement!
Next to New York and gimme some Brits at the US Open tennis. Well, there's 6 of them in action today. Andy Murray, he has a dream about reaching the 3rd round, but does his mother know who he faces? Well, I can tell you, and Judy, that he will play Gregor Dimitrov later. But who are the other 5 Brits? Next to football, and we all know the winner takes it all when it comes to penalty shootouts, and that was the case at Bramall Lane last night. In the Netherlands, though, no one answered their SOS call. They were beaten 5-1 by PSV Eindhoven in the second leg of their Champions League playoff, and they lose 7-3 on aggregate and now qualify for the Europa League instead.
We give you 12 points for fantastic ABBA sport there, Mike. I have to tell you, people have tuned in from all over the world. We've got Kirsty in New Zealand listening. She sat waiting to hear Agnetha's new music. She's getting sweaty hands in nervous but happy anticipation. Lee Gale says, can't wait for Agnetha. She's been my idol since I was 7 years old. Means so much to me. You can't imagine just how excited I am to hear the new track. And Edward in Kirkham in Lancashire says, thank you for bringing Agnetha back into the limelight this morning. I can't wait to hear what's coming. I am endlessly grateful for all her work with ABBA and her solo work. Okay, you ready for it, Mike?
Ready?
It is going to be a moment.
On BBC Radio 2.
The ABBA quadruple on the show. Benny and Bjorn and Fried. Agnetha on the way.
Stupid woman.
Just a little bit excited now, gang. I'll be totally honest with you. Our guest this morning is a quarter of one of the most iconic pop bands of all time. She is bringing us new music. It is a true thrill to welcome a real hero to the show this morning. Good morning, Agnetha Fältskog. How are you, darling?
Good morning, Zoe. I'm fine, thank you, and it's nice to be with you.
It's so wonderful to have you on the show. How have you been keeping, and how has your summer been? How is summer in Sweden?
Thank you, it has been very fine. June was fantastic with a lot of sunshine and not so much rain, but lovely, really lovely. So I took a bath. Yeah, several times.
Oh, it's wonderful. Yeah, June was really good here. It was very similar, and the rest of the summer's been interesting. But it's what we're used to. It's wonderful to have you on the show with such great news as well. What can you tell us about the new album, a reimagined version of your 2013 album, A+?
Yeah, That's right. It came as an idea suddenly. I talked with Jörgen, who is with me here, Jörgen Elofsson. And
Hello, Jörgen. Welcome to the breakfast show.
Well, thank you.
you will help me with my English if I try.
I don't think you need any help.
Well, the idea came up, and we had a little conversation about it, and we said that maybe we should do something else about this album to make it. It was 10 years ago I did it, and we're gonna make a new remix of it and make it sound totally new sound, but the same songs. And at the same time, he had been writing a new song, and that's the one that is the single now. For me, it felt like, well, shall I do another one? And I did it. We didn't know about the voice as usual, if it was there, but it was.
It's amazing to hear you say, you worry about your voice and whether it's still going to be there. And having listened, a little peek, early listen, and you sound as young as ever. It's such a gift, your voice.
Thank you very much.
And I guess you worry about it if you're not singing for a while and you're not doing that,
Of course, it's
Rusty.
the same with
Very
talking
rusty.
English,
Rusty.
actually, because I talk Swedish all the time at home, and nowadays it's not so common that I speak English, so I feel a little rusty right
Rusty.
now.
Sound perfect to us, I have to say. I mean, if you asked us to speak any Swedish, can you even imagine
Rusty.
what would happen? How is it for you, Agnetha, when you hear your music on the radio? Do you still have a little moment of, oh gosh, that's me, that's us, that's something special?
Yeah, that's always nice. It's always nice. But I love music. Music is in my heart and in my brain all the time. I live and I sleep with music, you can say.
Yeah, absolutely. What might you listen to? What sort of thing?
Well, I listen to everything, I would say. But I have, I must tell you one funny thing. It's that I came into this old singer from England, what's it, PJ Proby.
Oh,
Can
yes.
you remember?
Yeah.
So
Absolutely. Brilliant.
right now I listen a lot to him, and all the songs from 60s and 70s. That was my childhood. I listened a lot to all these singers like Sandy Shaw, Dusty Springfield. I really love them, and they're still in my heart.
Amazing ladies, incredible performance, all the ladies that you've mentioned there. So tell us a bit about the single that we're about to play. This is a brand new song. No one's heard it before. It's called Where Do We Go From Here? What was the sentiment behind the lyrics in the song and the feeling in this song?
It was a good feeling, but maybe you should ask Jörgen what this is all about.
Hugh Jürgen, what can you tell us, darling?
It was actually not us writing it. It was basically a gift. We felt it just sort of came through us, and it kept going on in my mind all the time. And as we worked on, reworking, reimagining your music, Agnetha's music, right? This song was constantly there as well. It's like a little companion saying, I want to be part of this too. It's like, so I sort of got a bit brave, and I asked you, I gave you a song, and you said, yeah, I'll do it. I love the song. So
I
so
heard
that's really the story. Of course, you said, oh, I'm not sure I can sing it, but I always say, yes, you can.
I
You can
always
sing
say that.
anything. You sing the
But
phone
I
book.
heard the demo first, and it was a girl singing it
Yeah.
in the demo, and I thought I would never do it like she did. And then I said, okay, I try it, and it came out very, very well. And now,
Fantastic.
Okay, we'll play it now on Radio 2.
Okay.
It is Agnetha with Where Do We Go From Here?
Outside I'm cold, but I'm burning inside. Impossible, crazy, like snow in July. People keep talking, they keep passing by. The world could be ending, I wouldn't
very different.
I thought I carried a heart made of steel, but you cracked it open and you broke the seal. So kiss me again now and promise we'll last, 'cause I'm tired of waiting, I'm done with the past. What if you could be the one that I remember, when I'm old and gray and looking back at life? What if I just stumbled into my forever? Baby, kiss me back to life, 'cause I can breathe. Oh, it feels like I'm drowning.
Very happy song, isn't it?
Don't let me go now, it's only closer. Feels like I'm falling into emotions I never felt before. So now, where do we go from? Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? So now, where do we go from? Where do we go from? Where do we go from here?
Crazy, like snow in July. The world could be ending, I wouldn't care.
What if I feels like I'm drowning? Don't let me go now, it's only closer. Feels like I'm falling into emotions I never felt before. So now, where do we go from? Where do we go from? Where do we go from here? So now, where do we go from? Where do we go from? Where do we go from here?
We are already singing all the words. It's in our hearts. You can see why Jürgen was saying that he had that song and it becomes a gift. That was a world exclusive, Agnetha. Beautiful. How does it feel to hear it on the radio for you?
It feels good. Yes, you never get tired of it, to hear yourself on the radio. That's really something. It's always a tensed feeling, you can say, about what are the people going to think about this. But as long as you have your heart in it and you have done the best you can. Because I'm not so young anymore, and I'm very grateful that I still have my voice and a good composer beside me.
Yeah,
Thank you.
precisely. Oh, I know you're an amazing dynamic duo. The two of you together, you really,
Thank
really
you.
are. Oh, we all need a Jürgen, I think, in our lives. Yes, it's so fabulous. I have to say, we've been really blessed on the Breakfast Show. That Andy Fried was on the show. I got to talk to Benny and Bjorn. So it really was the dream, Agnetha, to have you on the show. ABBA have been quite a phenomenon. The band feels really very much like a force of its own at the moment with ABBA Voyage, which people, are still... I know people who've seen it 6 or 7 times as well, and people still finding it and loving it. And Mamma Mia, of course, the musical and the films. When you announced, the new records that you did a couple of years ago, it was a top news story on every channel, pretty much around the world. How did that feel for you all?
It feels very good, and this with Voyage, it's an amazing show. It's doing so well, and we don't even know how they did it, even if we worked with it a lot.
It's so clever. It's so
Yes, it
clever.
is.
It really is. Jürgen, have you seen it? Have you seen the show?
Have you seen it, Zoe?
Actually, I haven't. I've been
I'm not
too
sure if
busy
you've been
working here
actually, dear.
with Agnetha's music. So, but
Have you
I'm
been,
definitely
Zoe?
going to get up there and check it out.
Jürgen, when you come
I hear from everybody it's crazy good.
When you
I know
come
I'm-
over, give us a ring. We'll all come with you.
Yes,
good.
I would love to come
I'll take
over
that.
Well, do it.
often if it was not so far away.
I know, it's so good. We had Annie Fried on the show back last year, and she was talking about how special it is when you're together?
It's always magical to sing together with Agnetha because we have something special, as you know. Not only voice-wise, but also as friends. And it's like meeting up with your sister, you know, and once we closed the door behind us in the studio, we felt at home, both of us.
Oh, my dear friend. Yeah, we have been going through a lot in our lives, and the time with ABBA was you know, it was 10, 12 years that we traveled together. We did everything together, and I would like to take the opportunity to send my greetings to the other three, and I want to thank all wonderful fans who has been with us during all years, and for all fantastic people who has told us which impact our music has had in their lives, both in sorrow and happiness. It really warms my heart.
Oh, you know, you're so right. Those songs have been with us through all the adventures in our lives. Like you say, the highs and the lows. Next year, it's 50 years since Eurovision, since you guys won. It's going to be in Sweden. I mean, it's written in the stars. If you're not there, then, well, you know, what can we do? Any plans to do anything, do you think?
You never know anything about ABBA and where we well, I don't say anything about that, so
Yeah, okay.
I'd rather be quiet.
Yes, good. I know. That's beautifully handled there. Okay, fingers crossed for all of us. You wrote your first song when you were 6 years old. What do you think that little girl would think if she could see the success, the influence that you would go on to have and the incredible career?
I had no idea. At that time, I just felt that I had so much music in me, and it developed. And when I was 15, I started, you know, with this dance group and toured around Sweden. So I have been touring a lot before we started ABBA. Music has been my life.
Absolutely. And what do your grandchildren think of your incredible career? Or are they a bit like the kids in our family, where sometimes they're like, yeah, that's quite impressive, and then they get on with their own lives?
I think they are really now starting to understand. Some of them were with us in the opening night in London, and they were crying, really. Yeah. Oh, Grandma. Yeah, so they had no idea, I think, what I have been doing.
It must be mind-blowing for them to be able to...
Yes.
And thank goodness there's all the old footage that we can revisit as well. It's so good. And yeah, thank you so much for the music. Thank you for talking to us. So much love from all your fans over here.
Thank you, and
in
I
the
would
UK.
like to send it back, and thank you for having us with you.
Thank you so much. And Jürgen, you're an absolute superstar. Let us know when you come over for the show.
Thank you so much. I'll tell my
care.
wife.
Many thanks.
The show, Richie.
That was a
So
moment.
many people in tears listening.
Steve Wright.
Oh, hang on. Sorry, Steve. I'll come back to you in a minute. So, that's right. I'm fighting tears myself as well.
Special that was.
Talking to Agnetha, sort of thinking of 8-year-old, 9-year-old me doing dance routines with my dear friend Joel, who's not with us anymore. Sending love to Amanda, her sister, and Claire, lovely Claire Yearly. And I think that's been the reaction from so many people, because she's been with us, for many of us, for our whole lives. Leslie from Derbyshire in tears. So wonderful to hear Agnetha. Andrew says, thank you for that wonderful chat. Massive ABBA fan since 75. I've been waiting for this for so long. What a lovely lady, says John in Kent. Kev, who's 48 this year, says, loving the new single. I've loved her since I was 5 years old. Love the new song. You're loving the new song, aren't you?
It's so good.
She sounds so young. Mark in Edinburgh thinks it's fabulous. Leslie from Derbyshire in tears, sending lots of love to all the ABBA fans who were tuned in around the world for that fabulous, fabulous chat. Richie, how's your travel? She's so special, isn't she?
One of mine, man.
And Jürgen, what a superstar. A new favourite. He's welcome anytime.
And I've got my fingers crossed for Eurovision.
Yes.
What did we think of it then? I mean, it's very... it belongs on A, the new song. So it was obviously... it's a new recording. Because I don't think that... I mean, the voice has been processed a lot.
Yeah.
I reckon. You know, a lot of stuff going on with the voice. But I mean, it's a happy song that belongs on A, so I can understand why they've done that. So if the rest of the album is being reworked like that, it'll be quite interesting to listen to it. And I think that one will probably go as track one, probably. But there's it's all right, you know. It's jolly. You know, because we all thought it would be a weepy ballad. A lot of people were saying it'd be. I'm not sure if she was obviously there when it was being written or something, but I don't think it's one of hers. But it's interesting that they've done this. I wasn't sure about the whole concept of it, but of course you can't say anything really until you've heard it. I know a lot of other artists do that now. They revisit their old album. I mean, Taylor Swift had to re-record all their songs because of disputes with their record company, so I don't think it's because of that. But it did come when she starts singing it. She's obviously been, or they've made her sing in a sort of a more modern way, and stuff like that. So I think that's interesting. It's very different from ABBA, which is fair enough, good, and it is very jolly. Singing. By the end of it, I was singing the words. Anyway, let me know what you think. I'm going to put this on YouTube and hopefully I won't get a copyright strike.